For almost a year now, you have been EU ambassador for the Year of Creativity and Innovation. Could you maybe point out some of the reasons why you are selected to have been this EU ambassador?
Oh, I think it's because I've actually been doing research on innovation for really many years. I started already in the end of the 70s, so it's more than 30 years now, and I have published quite a lot of different things internationally on that, and I also have done some work with the EU Commission on innovation and innovation policy. So I think they pointed to me because they knew about this work.
And what do you consider one of your most important contributions within the field?
I think there are basically 2 or 3 things which are most important. One was to develop an understanding of the innovation process as a kind of interaction where it's not the single individual or the single firm which develops an innovation by themselves. They do it together with other people or together with other firms, and the idea of innovation as an interactive process. More specifically, perhaps, I did work on how producers developing new products interact with potential users in order to integrate useful characteristics with the new product. And the other thing, I think, which has made a certain visibility is my work on innovation systems and national innovation systems, where again the idea is that innovation does not come only directly from research. It's a kind of interaction where research institutions, firms, networks of firms, and even labor markets and education systems, in a sense, together determine what kind of innovation takes place in a national system. So I think these were 2 major things: innovation as interactive process and innovation system. Finally, the most recent stuff I've been working on, actually since 1993, has been on looking at the economy as a kind of learning economy, which means that looking at how the very rapid rate of change emanating from rapid technical change, globalization, makes it very important for individuals and organizations and firms to be very good at learning. That it's not anymore enough to know things, it's very important to be able to learn. This sounds very common sense, but it's actually quite useful as compared to, for instance, standard economics, which has very little to say about the learning process.
And now in this year, what is the strongest message you want to bring forth in the year you actually have been this ambassador?
First, I would like to say about the year in itself that the new combination here is innovation and creativity. And I think I should say a few words about the composition of the group of ambassadors, because I think we are in total perhaps 4 social scientists, management-oriented people, and the rest, I mean there are about 25 people, have very different kinds of background. We have quite a number of artists, musicians, filmmakers. We have quite a number of designers. I don't know if you know the Rubik Cube. This guy, Rubik, he's from Poland. He developed this cube, and he's one of the members. And we also have business people. We have a person who is the president of Microsoft in Europe, and we have a former prime minister from Finland who is now at the same time also a president of Nokia. So it's a very broad mix. And the new thing from the point of view of the Commission is that you try to bring together people with a more cultural artist background, with people with a more economics innovation background. So in that context, I think my focus has been quite a lot to link to each other innovation and work, the workplace and innovation, because many people think about innovation as primarily having to do with universities and technological institutes and big experts, business leaders, managers, engineers. And I think it's very important to realize that how people work and learn, ordinary people in different countries and in different regions, etc., have a major impact on innovation. And I think I have pushed this view quite strongly in this group to make sure that this dimension, which is often not very clearly realized, comes strongly into the picture.
One of the final parts you have to deliver as part of your ambassadorship at the European Union is a common document with all the people you just mentioned, the big manifesto. Do you think that it's possible to have all these different viewpoints all put together in one big document?
No, I agree. This is a fantastic challenge, and we have been working on this now for more than half a year. We started the first drafts sometime in January in Prague, and we have had a couple of meetings in Brussels. Not all ambassadors, of course, can come to all meetings, but I think there have been about 12, 15 who have been quite active. And I made some proposals myself, because as you indicate, it's not easy to find a common ground. And after some meetings I had a feeling that I had some better opportunity to get the different interests to meet than most of the others. So it all ended that I was asked by the Commission to work as kind of secretary for the working secretary for the group. So I had drafted now several versions, and now I think we are very close to something where everybody agrees. But there are interesting difficulties. I mean, for instance, the question of intellectual property rights, where the representatives of business, like Microsoft, they want very strong formulations on more business-related, while the more artist-oriented people are more interested in protecting the interests of artists and so on. And finding the right wording is a real challenge. But as I said, I think we are now quite close, and the idea is that it should all be published sometime in October. One of the very strong indicators or ideas in this will be on the need to reform, I wouldn't say revolutionize, but at least radically reform education systems. One of the few things everybody seems to agree upon in this group is that our education system at many different levels are operating with old-fashioned ways of learning, authoritarian, one-way communication, etc. And there's a lot of broad and strong feeling in this group that there should be quite a lot of change in that area.